What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Skeleton Joe Show. I'm Joe, not a skeleton, but this is the show. And
I'm Red Bear. Not red, not a bear, but I'm on the show.
we planned that very well.
Kind of.
But we're awful at meeting up and doing videos because this video is going to be a month behind because we work together, but he's first shift, I'm second shift, so the week doesn't fit well with us, and I'm also lazy on the weekend.
Even there's never enough coffee.
Yeah. And it's just bad. But we're here today talking about Chiller Theater Convention. This was the last weekend in October, I believe.
Yeah. It's October, just for to be safe.
And it was up in Parsippany, New Jersey, and it's an interesting convention.
Yes.
I'll let you tell it because you have the best
explanation for it.
Yeah. And I'll add my stuff at the end of this.
All right. So you want me to go into that now?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So my take on it was the fact that he came up to me and said, "Hey, do you want to go to this convention?" I said, "Okay. What's the name of the convention?" He said, "Oh, it's Chiller Theater." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So it's a horror con." And then as they were releasing names, I'm looking and I'm confused. And it was a double-edged sword. It was really cool and odd at the same time because, again, you expect it to be a horror con, but yet you have things like a Love Boat reunion in it, and then the entire set of claymation characters from Gumby in an entire room.
I hate Gumby. But
you know what? Like I said, it's really cool. I got to meet and see people that I never thought I would have gotten the chance to. Like, the woman that played Jeannie, for example, in I Dream of Jeannie. Like, where did she come from? She was there. It was great, fantastic. I remember that show as a kid watching it with my grandmother, and I just was astounded to be able to see her.
And they were selling Genie bottles, and you wanted one.
But I didn't want to pay $200 for a piece of porcelain.
And I've been to this convention probably 3 or 4 times, and my first time I saw Flavor Flav. That's my explanation, is just me silent. He's just...
I say, well, Carmen Electra was there, too.
Carmen Electra was there.
Ice-T. Ice-T. Like I said, the Love Boat reunion, which is what really threw me off. There's one of the guys from The Sopranos, one of the guys from, what was that? The Godfather? No, not The Godfather. One of the guys from here, his name's in here. I'll be able to, if I see his face.
But, yeah, it's a weird thing, like...
Goodfellas.
Yeah,
from Goodfellas.
Which I've never seen.
Shame.
I'm sorry. It's one of those conventions where, like, you're expecting a horror con, like he said, and it's just random people.
Yeah, it's as a convention as a whole, like, if you're interested in going to a horror con, there's definitely a lot of content for you. But if you just want to go to a convention where you can meet some astounding people that have really done great work, not all of them are going to be real big giants. There are giants there, but not all of them are going to be giants. But some of these people just, they were a part of you growing up. They were a part of your life at some point for a lot of people, and there's a very good chance they could be there. Chiller's a really well put together convention for that.
And it pertains mostly to, like, old horror, like kind of like the 80s and backward, like to the 70s, 60s, and 50s and stuff like that. But also it's just random genre. It's not even specifically horror, which isn't a bad thing. It's just something to go do. And like we said, you never think you're going to meet or see those people, and all of a sudden you're sitting in the same room with, like, Carmen Electra. Yeah, like when they released it, I was like, "Are you serious? Like, they got Carmen Electra?"
Yeah, right. There was just all kinds of. Yeah, and then they always. I find this portion to be interesting is well, you're going to show that later, but the in memoriam is just.
We'll just go right into it. This pamphlet that they give out, this is the best one that I've seen at a convention. It's literally like.
It's a book.
Yeah, it's literally like a book with all different types of content, and I think the convention's been like going since the 90s.
Really?
Yeah, it's like really, really old convention. I think they started in 90, but you have literally a mark to all the staff right there, which is you always got to like represent your staff, and you have schedule of events right there, which we plan on going to some Q&As and stuff like that, but we'll get into, we'll get into why we didn't go later, but we planned, and they literally have what room they're in, all different types of actors that are in the room, and you have their face. So if it's like I don't recognize their name, you see their face right then and there.
Right, like he's great with names. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah.
But if I meet you once, I can pick you out of a crowd. It's terrible.
And sometimes it's like, oh, if you have a picture of them now, you don't recognize who they are, but they actually have pictures of
Yeah, they
them
use stock
in the
photos.
movie.
They use stock photos, which is great.
And you got more rooms and pictures there. And you also have one room that's strictly collectible toys and stuff, which is most of it's McFarlane toys, but
Yeah, which are,
it's really cool to walk around. And they also have some rooms that are just artists, like the
oh yeah, that one room with all the paintings.
yeah.
Or the guy that was doing the stuff right there in front of you.
Yeah. There was a band that I listened to. It's called Austrian Death Machine. The artist for the cover art was there, and he's been there before, but I keep forgetting to get something from him. I really want to.
Why didn't you get something
I
then?
don't know. But here's the map of the whole place, which is really nice because if you're lost, you can just open this up and look right then and there. More rooms, it just more rooms, and then this is them advertising that they had people from the magic show.
Oh yeah.
Which it says they're back, but I have no idea who they are. More guests. And then like the special thanks, and then on the back, like he said, is they have an in memoriam of everyone that died, like different actors and stuff like that.
Yeah, from the last convention to the next convention that they thought.
There's some people that aren't like haven't even been to conventions. They recognize them as celebrities.
Right, like Diana Swall. I can't name one movie other than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory she was in.
Yeah.
But they felt that she made an impact enough in the industry that she needed to be in there.
And that's one reason to show that they do old movies and new ones. Because
I actually didn't realize that Joanne Scarlett died.
Because she was in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which was...
Right, that was, late 70s?
Yeah.
Early 70s?
Which
70s
is crazy.
Or right, and then, like Vernon Troyer.
He's Mini-Me, right?
Yeah, he's Mini-Me.
Mini-Me. He was actually at a convention, and I was like, oh, that's so cool, and then I didn't meet him. And he ended up passing away, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean...
And, this is the convention. Like, some conventions, they have more vendors. They have more vendors than celebrities and actors, which is fine. But this convention literally has... I mean, you saw how many pages there were of just actors.
Right, and they add people last minute. Like, there's people that came up and showed up that we had, even with the website, using the website, they were just all of a sudden there. They just walked in halfway through the convention, and, hi, we're here.
That, or we had no idea who they were, and we saw, like, them advertising what they were in, and we were like, oh, that's where they were from.
Yeah.
And, which is what we're going to get into now, like, who we met. I don't...
You definitely have a lot more content, so...
Yeah, I do.
Do you want to go first?
Well, that one thing that we have too, like we both did, we can do that.
Okay, so we'll do that.
We're planning as we go. This is not good, but it's fine. No, we don't have to do another take, it's fine.
Yeah.
So I met TK Carter, who was in The Thing, and I bought The Thing on a whim, and it was really, really good. So I ended up seeing him, and I was like, should I meet him? And I was like, I'll meet him because, But this is him. Signature from The Thing, and he was really, really cool. Like, I was talking to his guy who is his person that sits behind the table. I can't think of the word.
His handler.
Yeah, that. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna meet him. And he was like, "Will you see any pictures you like?" And I'm like, I want one from The Thing. And he was like, oh, I like this one because it's like shows him being scared, like of him in the movie. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even see that. It's a really good one. I'm gonna take that one. So
yeah, so they definitely
helped.
Yeah, he helped. He was definitely there for what I mean, those guys are there for money.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. They're trying to make money. But the fact of the matter is, the ones that go the extra mile to help you get content that you're going to cherish for the rest of your lives, or be like me, collect and then possibly sell later on. Those are the guys that are there to help you try and get something that is a little bit more appreciated. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's worth the money. It's worth the money you're getting.
Oh yeah.
And he's one of those guys where it was, you buy a signature and then you can buy a photo with together, and he'll cut you a deal, which it's 60 for two, which it's a base price for that because it's usually 40 for the signature and 40 for the picture. So if you do both of them, you're getting like maybe $20 off. So it's not bad at all. So that was that one. And then this next one,
Okay, we're going into that one?
yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to see this movie, and I get Horror Pack, and it randomly came, and I was like telling myself I'm gonna watch it, and
Yeah, it was just fate.
yeah, and it like I think it was the week before the convention, I got the movie in the mail, and
No, I think it was the week out.
yeah, the week of, and
Yeah, it was like literally like 4 days before the convention.
because I was talking to you and Wayne was like, yeah, one of the actors is gonna be there, and I'm like, are you serious? And like I wanted to bring my movie, but I forgot it at home. It happens all the time. But and we also didn't know the director was gonna be there, which was pretty cool.
Well, he was one of those last minute shows.
Yeah,
The director for this particular movie decided not to show up until that morning.
Yeah.
Apparently they were touring together, and he wasn't sure if he actually wanted to go to this particular convention or not, because they weren't really getting upsold, which I don't blame him. But
Yeah.
then he said, screw it, I got nothing better to do, I guess.
More Italian because it's Italian.
See you the.
Well, there's a story. There's a really good story, but
Well, there's a lot of stories.
but
with that.
this is what I got: Cannibal Holocaust. So you got the director right there, and meeting a director
is
is
astounding.
ridiculous because you never think you're like an actor is one thing you might get to meet him, but a director,
Is astounding.
yeah. And then you got the actor signature up here without the glare. There you go. And this is one of the most controversial movies ever made.
I love how it says uncensored
Yeah.
with a censor bar across the thing they that they're not censoring. It's really well planned out poster.
It's a really graphic movie, but there's a
Do you know that
part of the movie that you can skip all that.
yeah? Do you know that the quote unquote animal cruelty from that movie was actually stock footage?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just found that out the other day.
Yeah, I forget who told me, but I found it the other day too. But yeah, we'll talk about the story that we had with these guys. after.
So I knew next to nothing about all right. So as somebody that goes into the history of cinematography and appreciates that, I knew what the movie was, but other than that, I really didn't know a whole lot. Like I knew it was banned in like umpteen million countries.
Yeah.
Ever.
Because the reason why it was banned is because they thought, like, the people watching the movie literally thought they were killing people.
Yeah,
like,
they
brought the director to court, and that he had to bring the whole cast and show that they weren't dead.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
Yeah, there was so much going on with that. So when I went there, it was like, you know what, this is a chance that you're not gonna be able to ever get again. So I decided I got a Blu-ray collectible set, which comes with the soundtrack. I got the actor's signature and the director's signature right on there. And what's really cool about this is it also comes with a soundtrack CD, which you don't see that much anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
so-
I collect vinyl soundtracks, but I gotta really like the movie to get the vinyl soundtrack.
Yeah, and the movie in itself was a good chunk of money, and then I had to pay for the signatures on top of that. But the actor was cool enough that he gave me his signature for free. I still paid for the director, which either I was happy to pay for both of them. But yeah, it was really cool that he, again, the guys that work with you, they're just the greatest, you know.
So one of my other videos, I talk about Vincent Price, and she's been at this convention before, but I was so unsure of meeting her, and then this one I just finally thought, oh, I'm just going to meet her because I just love her dad. But Victoria Price is Vincent Price's daughter, and just anything with Vincent Price I just adore. But I finally ended up meeting, and I got my favorite print of him, and got her signature right there, and she was really, really nice. She was selling a lot of stuff from her dad and things like that, which was really, really nice. And yeah, it was just,
I love that photo that it's based off of the bat. That's
yeah.
one of my favorite Vincent Price movies.
Yeah. And she has a sign on her table where it says, "Just like my dad, my pictures with me are free," and that really like shows you a sense of like family within business,
Right.
In the legacy.
Yeah, and that was a huge thing with people. A lot of people that haven't learned a lot about Vincent Price or who he was as a person. He was really stand-up guy. One of the things that he would always do signatures and photo ops for free for the longest time. I think he might have started charging for the signatures later on, but the photos were always free. Photos with him were always free.
Yeah, we did get some stuff from the vendors, and the vendors it has like only one hallway and then one room, but the room is massive. The room is huge. It probably has like 6 or 8 rows of
there was more
vendors.
than that.
Yeah, it was a lot.
There must have been about 100 vendors there.
Yeah. And there was like a lot of variety too. Just like with any convention, you have a lot of variety of what they actually have, and what I ended up picking up. Some of them do like deals where they just want to get rid of it, but it was buy 3 for $50 Blu-ray, and I ended up buying.
I didn't realize you got steel cases.
Yeah, yeah, they're steel books.
I didn't realize you got steelbooks. You didn't. You just I'm gonna pick up these movies.
Yeah.
I would have bought a copy of every one of Halloween's in a steel case.
Yeah, I have all of them. I bought 2 steelbooks and a collector's edition of a Blu-ray, but I don't have that collector's edition because my friend is borrowing because he's never seen the movie. But the steelbooks I got was The Fog by John Carpenter, which I didn't realize Jamie Lee Curtis is also in.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
You know what? I'm not sure, but I think that was actually I can't remember if that came out before or after the before the short story Stephen King wrote, The Mist, which was also a movie.
Oh yeah.
Because
ending that's messed up.
What, that movie?
Yeah, the ending of it.
Yeah, the ending's really
it's really good though.
You know, honestly, the sad part is that was one of the few times. Don't get me wrong, I am a huge Stephen King fan, especially more so the books than the movies. But he does like to drag out the endings, which is great and bad at the same time. Again, double-edged sword. If you haven't seen The Mist, watch The Mist. The ending is short, sweet, to the point, but it makes you want to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which you can't do.
No.
But the other steelbook I got was Halloween 2, which that print is amazing. And
it's great picture.
And then the other collector's edition was Silent Night, Deadly Night, which I bought on a whim because I've never seen it. But I'm like, collector's edition for three Blu-ray movies for $50. Can't go wrong. Like, those steelbooks are maybe 20, 23, 24 a piece.
Oh yeah.
And then last thing I bought was a shirt, which was around 27, but for the print on it, it was good. It doesn't fit. I gotta go get another one. But the thing. So I gotta re-get this because I want to wear this 24/7. But I love that print.
I got a similar shirt that was Halloween based. I can't find it. I washed it specifically to wear it for this video, but I went down in the laundry room and it's just gone. My grandmother probably did something with it.
That's what happens when we take forever to do videos.
Yeah, it's just tripping all over ourselves.
Yeah.
But it was just a print of from the original movie of him holding the knife kind of at an angle like this, and it was really well put together. Same material as his, picture on the front, and then just said Halloween at the bottom, and or did it say Mike Myers? One or two.
Yes.
Yes. Can't kill the boogeyman.
Yeah. So that's what I bought at that convention, which I didn't really break the bank on this convention, which I normally do.
I came close.
But
I came close because I also picked up a couple other things, which. Again, the vendors were great. Now, I really wish there would have been more pin guys, though.
Yeah, there's one guy that has pins that he has a lot of different pins, which I've bought some. They're on my desk.
But yeah, there was one particular guy, and they're highly collectible, a few of them. But there was one particular guy literally had thousands of pins. I was not interested in any of them because they're all Disney based. Yeah. They wouldn't fit into my collection.
I'll say something after the video,
but Disney pins are hugely collectible. So I got a couple. I have this one. It is a female vampire. It's set up with the whole like 50s pinup girl statement or kind of deal. But it's also like supposed to mimic Elvira a little bit. So that's pretty cool. And then this is my personal favorite because the shape is honestly my favorite horror movie killer, whatever.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, love him. That he's just. But the reason I like this so much is because I don't know if I can get it. The blood coming out of his eyes, because this is based off of the second movie. Mm-hmm. This pin, the blood coming out of his eyes when the pin heats up, just disappears.
I can't get rid of it.
No, I can. It's good. You can see the blood in the video. And then because that scene, how he grabs at his face, the hand moves independent because it's magnetically attached to the pin surface itself.
Yeah.
There were some gems.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When it came to finding pins, and like the guy that I bought the Shapeworn off of, he wasn't even really a pin vendor. He was selling statues, all kinds of collectibles, but he just had like 4 or 5 pins, and they had one on him and Jason.
Yeah.
If he would have had a Freddy Krueger one, I'll grab that too.
So, and this was his first convention too. So, how did you feel about going to your first horror convention?
Again, you know what? I loved it. It was a great experience, and I think Chiller was a unique experience in itself, because of the setup that they have. I really had a lot of fun. I really did. I loved being able to see and meet some of the people that I did. I mean, you had some of the people from It. You had
I forgot he was there.
Yeah. One of the guys from It was there. Then you had just a whole bunch of people, really. Yeah. And then, like I said, the guys from Cannibal Holocaust, Jeannie from I Dream of Jeannie, just, people that I've watched my entire life were there, and it was great.
I forgot to say the story about the Cannibal Holocaust, but
the
director was really, really Italian, and he wanted a silver marker, and the actor wasn't really comprehending what he wanted, and he kept saying silver over and over again. And I'm like, he wants silver. And he's like, oh, silver. And he finally, goes to write my name, and he's like, to Joe? And he points to the actor signature with my name on it, and he's like, and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, Joe. And I'm like, yes. So he writes job. So on my signature, it says to job.
Yeah, it does say to job.
It was a unique experience. I don't mind it because it's funny. It's a memory statement on his signature. Like, you remember why he did that.
And if anything, it actually increases the value.
Yeah, because it's a
misprint.
Yes, that's what.
But they were pretty funny to watch in unison when they were talking to each other. Because he was Siva, which I can understand why he wasn't getting it, but it was very clear to me. But I also
they filmed a movie together, and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Well, that was also decades ago.
That's fair.
But so that being said, the actor in himself, he was pretty funny too, because he, people were talking to him. He's like, I promise, this movie's the worst thing I ever did. Which, if you haven't seen the movie,
there was
Bring Holy Water.
Yeah, there was 3 girls from the Evil Dead series that I wanted to meet, but there was a Q&A, so I was like, let's go to the Q&A.
Then you had the one with the Daughters of Legends.
Yeah, which was the daughter of Boris Karloff, who played the original Frankenstein, and Victoria Price, who was the daughter of Vincent Price. They were going to do a Q&A and talk about their dads, which I was so excited on. But our day was cut short. Not cut short, it was blown short.
I don't know. I think it was kind of hacked short because there was guys wielding axes.
Gassed short?
Either way.
Like, literally at the time.
That's supposed to be a
Auschwitz
joke.
No, it was a pun because it was
I know. I'm being terrible.
Okay. But right after I met Victoria Price, I think it was. Either Victoria Price or TK.
We met Victoria Price. We saw TK, and then we were going to go back into the room where one of the guys with The Sopranos was from, because we were looking for, and pardon the language, but we were looking for Big Pussy. Because I wanted to talk to him. That was his name in The Sopranos. That was his character's name. He was Big Pussy. Anyway,
but they started evacuating everybody in the fire department.
In that hallway.
And
I'm sorry. We went outside because Ice was smoking a cigarette first.
Yeah.
And we saw the fire trucks go whizzing by, and we're like, wonder what that's about. And they were like, oh, wait, there's a magic show, maybe, the smoke detector went off, whatever. So we go back inside, we're in the hallway, and then they just come out of nowhere and kick us out of the hallway. I'm like, okay, well, that's the end of that. We just can't go down that hallway. Wrong.
Yeah, we heard talk of a gas leak, which is...
we were already on our way out.
Yeah, we smelled it right... We smelled gas right next to where the kitchen was, so we didn't really think anything of it.
Right.
And then I think it was later.
We were in the main strip there, the main hallway, and then they started, and that's when the guys from the fire department, wielding axes for whatever reason, decided, okay, everybody out.
Yeah, they pulled the fire alarm and everything, and then I think it was later that night. We found out there was also a bomb threat.
Yeah. So what happened? Like, in short, we were on our way out the door, going through like the maze to get to the car, because we were like, we're gonna sit in the car. It's raining. It's cold outside. Depending on how long this takes, we might stay. We might not.
Yeah.
We found out it was a gas leak, and then it was just taking forever, so we left.
We stayed for like an hour.
We waited for about an hour.
And then later that night on their Facebook, I saw that it was a bomb threat. But everyone got back in at like 6 o'clock, so everything was fine.
Yeah, so it was an anonymous bomb threat. One of the employees said that there was a bomb threat called in, so the fire department literally had, because this was in the convention portion of a Hilton. Yeah. So they had to check every room, even every hotel room. People that were there to meet family, whatever, they just, or on vacation, they're, trying to go up north, south, wherever, they got kicked out for hours. Yeah. And they were, sleeping.
But everyone got back in, everything was fine. Whether or not it was a real bomb threat or not, it was taken care of, it was fine.
Yeah.
And the convention went on perfectly fine. Because our friend that went with us, when we went, they went the next day to a convention across the street, which was Once Upon a Time. And they ended up going back into the Chiller Theater, so everything worked out fine.
Yeah, and another buddy of ours was at Chiller. He got there a little bit before us, and he left probably about an hour before all this happened, and he
got everything he wanted to meet, everything he wanted to get, so he left.
Wayne's a master of going through conventions. He's been doing it for, God, longer than we've been alive.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. Okay.
I mean, at this point, he's old enough to actually be our grandfather.
Sorry, Wayne.
Well, I'm just being honest. There's nothing wrong with it. Are you kidding me? Have you seen any of his collection?
Oh, he's got binders like this thick of just autograph he's gotten over the years.
Not to mention collectibles and whatnot. Dude. But
he's gonna be on a future video, and I have one planned.
I say, if you're doing a tour of his house, I want to be there.
Actually, I didn't think about that.
Because his entire house is based off of horror.
Oh, yeah. It's really cool.
That's why he refuses to get tattoos, because he knows he'll end up being stem to stern. So I'm also a streamer. I'm not sure when this is getting posted. This is getting posted the day of recording or the day?
Yeah, it's right today.
Okay, so
Saturday.
Saturday, whatever. Okay, December 1st of 2018. As of December 2nd, I will have a Discord up. I do on Sundays and Tuesdays stream. On Sundays, it's usually like 1 to 8, 1 to 9. It's a pretty lengthy stream because I'm doing just straight playthroughs or 100% playthroughs. And then on Tuesdays, it's usually like 5 to 8, 5 to 9, 3-4 hours. And then later on in the next upcoming months, I will be having a YouTube channel come out that will have video game guides, video game playthroughs, maybe 100% videos. I'm not sure. That might just be a Twitch thing. And it will also contain reviews of different products, computer products that I'll be testing with different video games of my own choice. I am not getting sponsored by anybody at this point. I'm very big.
No, keep going. Sorry.
I say this is a very beginning stage, so it's anything that I pick up, whether I like it or not. Same thing with video games. I'll be giving a total review on that. So if you want to check out the Twitch, which I would greatly appreciate, if you want to check it out, follows, whatever, just check out RedBear436 on Twitch. And like I said, the schedule's, as I said, and if things start going well, it might expand. There might be more days thrown in. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's another thing that I forgot to mention is I'm not getting sponsored for any of this. Nobody told me to do it. It was just an idea that I thought of. So.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah. We work for a living. We wish we were sponsored. Yeah. Sponsor us.
I like my job, just not the stressful parts of my job.
I don't know, dude. I would be 100% happier if I could just play video games for life. Because I mean,
if I can go to horror conventions like 365.
Why don't you just become a press for it? I mean, you could just start a blog. There's a lot of guys that make a lot of blogs. You just type in words.
But yeah, that was his first convention, and we have one planned.
Yeah, two planned. Atlantic City?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not. I'm going. I don't know if you're not going.
Oh, I'm going.
I was gonna say, there's no way in hell.
They're both in 2019, but you will see those videos when they come out, and I will probably be advertising those videos and us being there on different social medias, which you can find on my page. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I said my piece.
Yeah. So if you guys want, look for further days at Chilla Theater, and we will catch you guys later.